So it's changing your belief systems. Now, even for a moment, you have the ability to believe in anything. Right now, if I asked you to close your eyes and picture a giraffe right now. Now, let's say that giraffe was purple. Okay, I just want you to just relax, take a deep breath of air, and just imagine a purple giraffe right now. You can see that in your mind, can't you?
I can.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a purple giraffe. And you know that, but just for a moment, you could actually see that.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's the power of belief. Now we could take that another step. Now what I want you to do is just take another deep breath all the way in, Paul. Just really, really relax. Now if you're driving a car out there, don't do this. Because we want you to focus on the road. But Paul, just for a moment, I want you to imagine something in your mind. Now you're going to imagine what I'm telling you to imagine. All right? So what I want you to do is just take both of your fingers, or both of your hands, and put them out in front of you and open them up all wide. Down lower by your lap, if you will, and just take your thumb and your center finger, it doesn't matter which center finger, but just touch them together. Now go, No, that's just funny right there. I'm sorry. But what we're going to do, Paul, is I'd like you to just focus on your two center fingers right now and relax a little bit. Let your shoulders drop, let you sit back in your chair. You don't need to talk during this. But just focus on those two center fingers. You have your right one and your left one. And I want you to just picture and imagine which one is pressing a little bit tighter than the other. Now we know one of them is probably pressing a little bit tighter than the other. And I want you to start focusing more on the one that is pressing more tightly than the other one. As a matter of fact, if you really believe in it, you could actually imagine what it would feel like if that one was starting to stick more than the other one. And we know it's either the right or the left or the left or the right, but right about now, you in your mind can figure out which one is sticking more tightly than the other one, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
So just let the other one go. The one that's not stuck together, just let it go and just let it in your lap and don't worry about it, because I want you to use all of your imagination. Focus on the fingers that are getting stuck together. And the more you think about how much stuck they're getting, in a moment, but not yet, when I ask you to unstick your fingers, you're going to realize they really are stuck together in your own mind and your imagination. Now I know, I know they can come apart. They're not really stuck, and you know that too, but just use your imagination right now. And this is the part where we sense how much imagination and creativity Paul will have. And the more creativity, the more imagination, the better this is going to work. Okay, so Paul, you know that those are starting to get more stuck than the others. I can see right now. And as they get more stuck, when I count backwards from 5 to 1, I want you to just take a deep breath of air and just let it go. Between every number I count backwards, so 5, take a deep breath of air and just let it go. Imagine them getting even more stuck, as if someone actually put super glue between your fingers. 4, even more stuck. Stuck, sticking them tighter and tighter and tighter. As a matter of fact, in a moment when I ask you to try to release them, you're going to realize they're completely stuck together, as if super glue is now completely drying in between those fingers. And your imagination, you can picture that in your mind, right? You know exactly what that's going to feel like. 3, even more stuck, tighter and tighter and tighter. And 2, getting even more stuck. Those are the fingers you selected that were even more stuck than the other hand. And when you believe they're completely stuck in your mind, go ahead and try to release them and realize they're stuck, completely stuck, really stuck, stuck tighter and tighter and tighter. Matter of fact, the harder you try to pull them apart, look at that, it's impossible. They simply don't move. And Paul, tell everybody what's happening with your fingers right now.
I'm trying to open my fingers and I cannot for the life of me.
Because you're imagining that they're stuck, aren't you? You've directed your imagination and your belief system in one direction.
Damn.
Now go ahead, on the count of 3, you'll just simply say, I believe. And when you say I believe, just like in Santa Claus, it'll completely just fall apart, right open. 1, 2, 3.
I believe.
And there they go, they just open. So,
yeah.
so tell me, what did that feel like?
They actually felt super glued, like you said. So I could not.
I could see there was no blood in your fingers. You were squeezing that tight.
I could feel my left hand shaking, definitely, but there was no way I was going to be able to let go of these 2 fingers that were stuck together.
So what happens is in your mind, we directed it in one direction. And the more we can get your mind to believe a certain thing to be true, the more that actually becomes true for you. And as you know, there's no way you can do 2 things at once. Mm-hmm. So you can't believe your fingers are stuck together and then open them up. Your mind just won't allow that to happen.
Right.
So there was no hypnosis there. I didn't induct hypnosis with you. I just got you to focus, breathe, relax just a little bit.
Yep.
And when you were relaxed enough, it worked for you.
It did.
So was he hypnotized?
Well, hypnosis, it's interesting. Was he hypnotized? Now, that's a great question. Did we invoke hypnosis? Like a lot of people would say, he wasn't laying down on the ground, he wasn't sleeping, but yeah, he was focused, and that is hypnosis. Huh. So yeah, you were hypnotized to a very low degree in order to create that result.
Very
now,
cool.
Could I have continued with that? Yeah. Now, if I would have continued from that step forward, imagine the belief system of never wanting to smoke again being just as powerful as your fingers super glued together.
Right.
And trust me, when you wake up from that, you will never want to smoke again. Matter of fact, you'll believe in your heart that you're a non-smoker, just like you believed your fingers were stuck together.
Wow.
And so that's the power of belief, and the power of hypnosis, and that's what we use.
Right.
And the seminar is